but also I think I think that there is a hard version of this because, like, firstly, I caught on to that thing that you said about like where is progress if you take capitalism away. What is progress? Who's defining progress, right? Like, what is progress? Why should progress be, oh, I need to incentivize some country to research, go to the moon or something? Why should it be that way, that they need to have a lot of money and this aggressive sort of need to progress? Why can't it be something that we do because
Yes.
emotionally we are happy to do it for the sake of exploration and curiosity and to benefit the whole of humanity? Like, I personally feel like, yes, in because we can learn from history, right? I know history repeats itself, but we can try for it to repeat a bit better. So you learn from history. You learn that, yes, when technology comes in, first there's fear, then it becomes part of your life, then you evolve out of it. So AI is going to come, it's going to take a few jobs. People are going to upskill, whatever. They're going to scramble their way through it and get
Yes.
re-employed. That is fine. That happens, yes. And when I proposed utopia, where AI can instead be used for things that make life less of a bane and more of pleasure,
Yeah.
you know, like, immediately the first thought is like, oh, does that mean human beings are going to be lazy now? Are we not going to work? Are we not going to go and toil for money? Why? It doesn't have to mean that. It's just a. I feel like, why not? Why is this not a great chance to replace capitalism? It's been around for a while. The world is,
Yes.
and so I feel like, especially with AI, it's great. And any other tech that's coming to us now, why not think a bit higher? Why not think about how, I know progress is great. Progress is what has made AI even exist, because
Yes.
it incentivizes people to think of artificial intelligence and stuff. I understand, but we know that money incentivizes people. Why do we have to continue that? The only reason it incentivizes people is because when you are born, when you are 10, you already are like, oh, what will you become when you grow up? I'll be a rich doctor. Come on, you will be a great human being who's kind and who's curious. And I
Yeah.
think that that is important, because there have been parts of history where that existed. Like when Europe was rich and it had a lot of money, that's when they made a lot of art,
Well, yes. But,
right?
the way they had the money was because
Was through lots of horrible things, which we needn't do,
yes.
because we needn't have to. We can. I'm not saying that in a day you can suddenly take money out of the world and not have
But
currency.
I hear your perspective. I can definitely see AI improving the happiness index of the world. Like ultimately, that's what it is, right? Like, it's going to make life
How did you
easier.
make this so brain? It's like happiness index. How do I quantify emotion? There's
Yes.
an index to happiness now.
Yes, there is. It tells.
Ah,
Every country has its own happiness index.
Yeah,
Like
they say which country is the most happiest country. That was the biggest question that I had, and I did some research. And
what does this even mean? Sometimes I don't.
the Norwegian countries are quite happy.
Yeah, I know. I read this
Yes.
because their lifestyle is whatever and stuff. I
Yes.
yeah,
think there's very happy people in India.
yeah.
Some, that emphasis on the word some.
No, like, you have a very. I think, what is the meaning of happy? You are wondering, oh, are they? I don't know. Like, my maid in India is very happy
I
because
mean,
she knows how to be happy. It's inside her. She knows how to feel it.
well, if when you're trying to
I know I
quantify,
sound like some privileged little person sitting in
I,
with
you
and
make
music, and I'm like, my maid is happy. But I think it exists inside you. I say this to Adi because he says to me, oh, Vin, you make me so happy. And I'm like, no, you're feeling it inside you. I'm just a symbol.
see, while that is a great perspective to have, there are actual metrics out there in the world, like how much it takes for you to bear the disease, how much pain you're in before you get service,
Mm.
financially, how much strains that does that put on
It's
you.
basically money, right?
It's
It's literally
it's
money. Money is the thing that prevents
it's
happiness.
not just money, it's also the way society reacts to you in a certain way. Like for
Mm.
example, there are a lot of countries where men and women are not given equal rights. In that
Right.
country, obviously the happiness index is going to be lower because the women on paper are always going to say, I'm not as happy as I potentially can be. So there
Mm.
are, I know it's unquantifiable, but there are some metrics
That is.
through which we can say yes, on general people in this country are happier. because it's impossible for everybody in the country to be happy, because while parallelly babies are being born, people are dying. So happiness and sadness is a part of our life. But how much of the sadness and how much of the happiness? Like if people, everybody in your country is starving and there are no jobs, unlikely that the happiness index is going to be coming from the inside.
So who are the people of the study?
You take surveys through the
Who are being
population.
surveyed, and how, in what language?
You probably have a set of questionnaires where you go and
So
talk to them
someone who
about
can
their
fill a
happiness.
questionnaire.
Yes.
Someone who can't fill a questionnaire is
Who,
left
who
out.
can answer questions? You can answer a question.
If there's like a hippie in Himalaya who's happy, do they fill the questionnaire? No. Do you get what I mean?
You can't
Sorry,
you can't
we're
talk.
going on a sidetrack.
I see what Vinay is saying. Like, sorry, Vinay.